Night kickoff right here on GBTC. Happy to bring you high school football, as we usually do on Thursday nights, to kick off the weekend throughout Central, South Texas, the Hill Country, and everywhere in between, alongside Brad Lind. And we're happy to bring you a matchup tonight between Geneva from right here in Boerne and New Braunfels Christian, neighboring New Braunfels Christian. Both teams coming in with 4-2 records, Brad. For Geneva, they're coming in 1-1 in that TAPS District 3, Division 3, District 3. New Braunfels Christian looking for their first win. But no matter how you slice it, a game that should be a lot of fun to watch. Talent on both sides of the field, and both teams can score quite a bit as well.
They really can light the scoreboard up. Being a defensive coach, like I always tell you, I'm going to highlight those defensive kids. I may not get a much chance to do that because the offenses on both teams are both so explosive and can ring it up from anywhere on the field.
You see getting set for the ceremonial coin toss, the Geneva Eagles in the home uniforms, dark jerseys, gold pants, the gold helmets. NBCA, the white and white. White helmets, white jerseys, and the white pants.
Refreshing to see a real grass field.
Yeah,
we
isn't it?
Get to work some beautiful stadiums together, and all the games, most of the games in the San Antonio area played on the new field turf, which is really, really good for places that have multiple teams using a field. But for this place to have grass in this great a shape this time of year is outstanding. I know somebody's working hard to make it look this good, and it's a great place to play.
For Geneva, started the season with 3 straight wins as we keep focused on the coin toss. So look at how both teams fare coming into this game. We mentioned they're both 4-2 in district plays. You see New Braunfels Christian and then Geneva being shown the coin that will decide the fate of who will get the chance to decide whether they want the ball first or they want to defer until the second half. The Wildcats win the toss. Looks like they want the ball because Geneva's being asked what side of the field they want to defend.
The traditional thing these days is to defer so you get to call your shot the second half. But I think the Wildcats took the ball, like you said. So we'll see how this turns out.
And that is the case. New Braunfels Christian will get the ball first. It's an offense that is led by quarterback Brady Joseph, a junior, the son of head coach David Joseph, who was in his 3rd year with the Wildcats overall, but his first as the head coach. And so far, 6 games in, as mentioned, a 4-2 record, although they are looking for their first win in that all-important league play. When NBCA takes the field offensively, their offensive line will look like this. Left tackle is Jack Riley. Their right guard is his younger brother, Blake Riley. Jack, a junior, Blake, a freshman. The center is number 50, Madden Baumgartner. He's a junior. The right guard, Jason Luna, number 74. He's a junior. The right tackle, Gabe Waddell, also kicks for Geneva. He's number 53. The skill folks for Geneva, for New Braunfels, Rye Roberts wears number 9 and Barrett Thornhill number 22. Those 2 dynamic athletes will get into it during the broadcast. 4 receivers set, Camden Pearson and Rocky DeBoom round out those 4 wides. The featured back is number 1, Quincy Calder, a young man who's rushed for nearly 500 yards. And as mentioned, it all starts with Mr. Brady Joseph. For Geneva on defense, linebacker Jack Kalig. The defensive linemen are Blake Riley, Jason Luna. That going through New Braunfels when they're on defense. But for Geneva, we'll get through their defense here as they set to kick off. And we are set to go here in our Thursday night kickoff from beautiful Boerne, Texas. Parker Islands will do the honors. Kick short. Taking it right around the 22. Some room toward the 30 and some green in front across midfield. The 30, a cut back inside. Island almost had the touchdown saving tackle, but then it finally comes, but not until a wonderful return by Grant Merrick.
Kicker shaking up a little bit, but he did save a touchdown, even though he didn't drag him down to the grass. He held him up long enough for the rest of the defenders to get there. So let's see if the defense for the Eagles can hold here. But the kicker, he sold out and did his job. I hope he gets to kick the rest of the game. He's a little shook up.
That's Barrett Thornhill on the return. Thornhill, one of the starting receivers, he's right back out there. Whistles, though, before our first play from scrimmage.
Got clock issues.
Well, they're going to start at the Geneva 22, it appears.
Yeah, they had to set that clock back to 12, so they're going to run some time off.
That's where Brady Joseph goes to work. He's number 8. Number 1, Quincy Calder, aforementioned, to his left. First play, a pass complete out to the left side, back inside. Nice bit of running by Rye Roberts after the catch. Shy of a first down, just shy of it.
Making this spread offense early in the game look like they know what they're doing with it. They're reading the defense. They're trying to figure out how many they got, and so they were in a balanced set then, 2 to each side, and they saw something to this near side that they liked and took advantage of it. Now they're going over set to the wide side of the field with 3 receivers over there.
Rye with 18 receptions coming in, 377 yards on the season. The first touch for Calder. Up the field, Quincy into the end zone, touchdown, 2 plays in for New Braunfels Christian. Well, we mentioned lots of offense tonight, Brad.
So far, 2 plays and a score. You watch number 3 there on the side. He had a great block. All the receivers, number 15 blocking downfield, doing a good job. Running back did an excellent job, but I always like to call out those blockers. It takes more than one guy to score a touchdown. That's a really good job by the Wildcats so far. Camden Pearson getting the love from Brad Land at that block from that receiver position. Extra point is good, and exactly 1 minute into the ball game, the Wildcats strike fast, and they strike first. A Quincy Calder touchdown. He came in 61 carries, 481 yards on the season. This, his 7th touchdown. He's a man who runs the 100-meter dash in 11 seconds. So, well, that's why he made some of those defenders look slow.
Yeah.
He's fast. They're okay, but he's fast. You know, that was set up by a great special teams play, too. They got the opening kickoff, and they got inside the opponent's 30-yard line. So all phases of their game working well right now.
Shea McNew and Chase Doran back deep to receive the kick for Geneva, as they'll now get the first opportunity, barring any kind of huge surprise here on the kickoff. And a chance for the young man they call Q around here to take his first snap from behind center. Caleb Codadamo, quarterback for these Geneva Eagles. Gabe Waddell mentioned he also handles kicking duties in addition to playing right tackle for New Braunfels Christian. He's going to kick us off. Deep kick. Doran at right around his 15 across the 25. Doran still on his feet toward the 35, past it. And the Eagles will have it 1st and 10 at right around the 37-yard line.
Yeah, not quite as good as field position as New Braunfels Christian started, but they've got excellent field position for their first series. Let's see what they do with it now.
Offensive line for Geneva. Mason Sutton's the left tackle. He's number 75. Number 73, the left guard, is Mikkel Bosflug. Center, number 57, Jax Riddle. Right guard, Austin Hodo. Where's number 74, the right tackle? Number 53, Ian Jarrow. We'll get to the skill folks here in just a minute. Shea McNew, the featured back. Caleb Codadamo, the quarterback, a young man who comes in with a quarterback rating at 115. First snap, handoff to McNew. Maybe a yard, maybe 2. It'll depend on the spot.
Defended well by New Braunfels there. Both teams are spread offense time, pass first, at least formation-wise, but New Braunfels easily closed those gaps and only made it a 2-yard gain.
Bob Rosensteel, his first year as head coach for Geneva, though like David Joseph, not his first year with the program, period. as up the middle, it's McNew again, second straight carry. He came in with 75 of them for 489 yards. And Geneva wasting no time. Third and short of the first down, though.
Yeah.
Again, McNew.
Wildcats showing they're well coached. They were, Geneva tried to go quick there on third and short, and New Braunfels was ready for it. So hats off to the defense so far. They're going to go for it on fourth. 4th and 2 at their own 44. Here we go. First big play of the night. Q. Did he get there? Yes.
Yes, he did. I was going to say, if we're going on that spot, he sure did, and then we got the signal. So on the keeper, Caleb Corradamo, young man who's rushed for 183 yards, scored 3 touchdowns on the ground, showing the legs off. Through the air, more than 1,800 yards passing this season. This is first attempt over the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Sam Horton.
Offensive line gave him plenty of time there. These spread teams, you've got to consider that quarterback as the extra running back, and so far he's done it with his legs, yet to complete a pass. But we've seen him do that earlier, so this is going to be a good passing attack too.
Q's a junior, the intended receiver. Sam Horton's a sophomore. It's going to be a familiar theme for both teams. Deep Q, just over Reed Adderholt's stride.
Good pressure there by number 53 for the Wildcats, the kid that's also their kicker. No, 53.
Yes, 50. Gabe Waddell.
Waddell, yeah.
Yeah.
Good pressure made the quarterback throw it just a little off stride to the receiver.
So 3rd and 10 for the Eagles, their own 48. Corradamo under pressure, lets it go, tipped, intercepted. Roberts.
Late linebacker blitz there, put some pressure on him. I don't think he could see that. He got it to the receiver, but it was a little high and off his hands, and the defense made a great play.
Rye, one of those guys that when he's on practicing on the defensive end, he doesn't have much trouble with the tip drill because he's a receiver as well.
Yeah, he caught that first pass of the game to give him a big gain.
He sure did. Has the only completion thus far tonight. Roberts, a young man who has college speed, getting some looks to play college football at the next level. Also a state champion in taps. We'll get into that in a little bit. Calder coming around right side, cross midfield to right around the 45.
I think we may have an injury here. Young man that made the tackle is hurt on the sideline over there. Yeah, Eli Arnold might have been shaken up a little bit on that play.
Oh, boy. With an official timeout, we're going to take it with him. We'll be right back right here on GVTC, the Thursday night kickoff. New Braunfels Christian with the lead and the ball, just under 9 minutes to go in quarter number 1.
From Blanco to Bulverde, Boerne to New Braunfels, GVTC Local Lens is your connection to Hill Country happenings. 24 hours a day, tune into GVTC Channel 16 for local high school sports, community events, and original programming. Brought to you with the power of GVTC. Tune in now for a unique view of your community through the GVTC Local Lens.
Well, back on the Geneva campus, the young man being helped off the field is number 48, Zach Hayek. Our best, absolute best to Zach, was actually battling a little bit of an injury coming into this ball game.
He was able to come off, using both legs, so maybe he'll get to come back before this game is over.
Wishing him a speedy recovery. 1st and 10 at the 46 of Geneva for the Wildcats. Brady Joseph, the pitch. Here's Calder again, this time coming left, cross to 40. Those pitches, Brad, really being effective for them early. It seems like every time Calder gets it, he's got green in front of him.
Well, he's using an option scheme, so he's making one defender come get him before he pitches the ball. The other really good thing for the offense right now is Geneva's choosing to go double coverage on number 9, who's a really good receiver. Well, when you put 2 guys on that kid, then the option is open to that side. So a good scheme by the Wildcats.
And it sounds like credit quarterback Brady Joseph with making those pitches at the right time. Joseph shotgun flanked. He's got Calder to his left. Again, it's Calder inside the 35 on 1st and 10.
Not quite a delay draw. You can see that on the replay here. He kind of hides in there behind his offensive line and then goes and gets the gain. Skilled runner.
They'll mark it at the 34. 2nd and let's call it 7. Again, Barrett Thornhill to Joseph's right. Calder to his left. Thornhill gets the call. Coming left, Barrett across the 30. Met by a flock of eagles inside the 30, right around the 28.
You couldn't wait to say that, could you? That flock of eagles thing. You've been thinking about that today?
I'll be honest. It's been top of mind since the game started.
Well, you know, the Wildcats here, they use an unbalanced formation, and most people say, well, they're always going to go to that strong side. They didn't. They went to the weak side. They count the numbers. You know, they would look and see how Geneva adjusts, and Geneva adjusted correctly to the overloaded side, but they gained some yards coming back to the short side. They're in the same formation now. You see, they don't have a tight end or a wide receiver to this short side.
As Brad alluded to, trips to the right for Joseph. Calder up the middle. Here's the give. That Geneva defense tough again. Down at the 25.
Geneva's doing a much better job on this very talented back. You know, you can't get your JV backs to simulate as good as the varsity back is going to be. It's just impossible to know the timing of that and how to tackle him all week. So after the first couple of series, you got your sea legs under you a little bit. You can get a better shot at him.
Well, even with that and the good play defensively up front, it's a first down for the Wildcats, who keep this drive going. Took a minute on the first possession, milking the clock here on their second time with the ball. At the 25, Joseph shotgun. Thornhill right to his right. Rolling out, pass complete to Thornhill. Tackled it right around the 20.
They're still using double coverage on number 9 over here, which is smart, but then you've got to realize that you're playing a man short in all your other zones. So the Wildcats were able to find that.
Jace Clark with the stop. Barrett Thornhill, remember, he also had the big kickoff return to start us off tonight. He is the state champ at this level of TAPS Division III district, Division III. He's the pole vaulting state champion, one of 2 state champs the Wildcats feature in the receiving arsenal. Joseph again through the air. What a catch! One-handed
Wow.
and inside the 5. Camden Pearson.
You know, the Wildcats are making Geneva work really hard on defense. Now they set trips to this other side so they get single coverage to the top of the field, and they're able to execute another fine catch, throw and catch over there.
That's Camden's 13th catch of the season. 208 receiving yards coming in. This one gives them first and goal at the 4. Calder, room. Calder, a second touchdown.
Well, the Wildcats have had a great kickoff return to start the game, which set up their first touchdown, and then they got a turnover on Geneva's first drive. But their offense is really clicking right now. I don't know if they've had a single play for a loss. They've done a great job running the football. They've done a great job throwing the football to at least 3 receivers so far.
And Waddell knocks through his second straight extra point. New Braunfels Christian coming out impressive early. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and with 4:44 left in the first quarter, the Wildcats up by a pair of touchdowns.
in a game at this level, when you show the sidelines, neither team has a whole lot of substitutes possible. So they're playing what we call Ironman football. I mean, everybody plays and plays a lot. And so when you're out there on the defense for a long series like that, then you got to come back and you got to answer on offense with some of those same players. So there's a toughness factor at this level that should be applauded by anybody watching and listening to this game.
Well, and now a chance to see how Geneva responds. New Braunfels Christian Academy has come out with a couple of not only 2 good drives, but a couple of haymakers, especially on that first drive, scoring on 2 plays and then methodically taking it down the field here on drive number 2. Geneva's turn to try to get on the board. Waddell, kick, short, fielded it right around the 25, across the 30, the 31. I believe that's Luke Powell. Yep, number 8 gets up with it. And that's where Quadadamo, who comes in with 1,805 yards passing. That's the start tonight. 23 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Completing his passes at a rate of 63%. You know, in talking to Coach David Joseph of New Braunfels Christian, he referred to Quadadamo as kind of a little Johnny Manziel running around back there. He says, we're going to have our hands full. Here's Q with the handoff. Across the 40, still on his feet to the 41. Nice bit of running for Chase Doran.
Yeah, Geneva is behind 14-0 early in this fourth quarter, but they're smart not to abandon the running game because they're successful there, even though it's not as quick. Big play.
They hurry, and on 2nd and short, Shea McNew gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Another look there at the Doran run before. So for the 3rd time, the Eagles face a 3rd down. 0 for 2 thus far, although they did convert on a 4th down on their first set of downs. Q looking right, lets it go, complete. 1st down into Wildcat territory. And run out of bounds is Reed Adderholtz.
Real nice crossing scheme out of the trips formation. They took the receiver closest to, you see on the replay here, number 88, receiver closest to the line of scrimmage. He delays, lets the coverage get kind of out of the way, and finds an open spot for the 1st down.
Adderholt, the leading pass catcher for Geneva this season, as Shea McNew gets his number called. About 5 or 6 for McNew. Of course, Adderholtz with 36 catches coming in for 582 yards and 7 touchdowns, the leading pass catcher because they're without Brady Chandler, prolific wide receiver who got hurt early in the season. Out to the flat, Doran, a move, 1st down for Geneva.
That's a fine play by the quarterback there. His helmet didn't even look that direction, so he's on the run and then quickly flicks it out there for a bigger gain than him keeping it himself.
Out of that slot position, Chase Doran very busy. 33 catches this season coming in, 471 yards receiving. Q again, McNew crossed the 30, tackled it right around the 25. Madden Baumgartner with the tackle. Nice job of getting it in the open field. New set of downs for Geneva. Quadadamo, slot, another completion. This time it's Sam Horton.
Yeah, now he's finding other receivers. Quarterback's putting on a show in this drive. He's doing a great job.
Sophomore receiver with his 2nd target, 1st catch tonight. He's now got 13 on the year. 11.5 yards per catch every time he hauls it in. Whistles.
Geneva's trying to go fast to confuse the Wildcat defense, but it's actually working against them right now. They're not ready. They're not certain to which play they're running. You know, you got 11 guys that have to know exactly what's going on. It looks like about 9 or 10 of them are on the right page, and maybe 2 of them aren't. So it's really slowing down their. That's the only thing wrong with this drive so far. Everything else has been excellent execution.
Well, 3rd and 8 from the Wildcat 22. Guadadamo rolling to that right, incomplete. He's looking for Adderholtz.
I think 14-0 in the first quarter. They're gonna. I didn't see a field goal kicker with a little bit of breeze being able to go, 40, 45 yards with a field goal. So I think they're going to go for it on 4th down.
And what's interesting, Brad, is you mentioned that you thought you saw their kicker, number 5 Parker Island, maybe hobbling off the field after trying to make that tackle. He's their kicker. He's the young man who would go in there
to deliver it right now.
So it's 4th and 8 at the 22, and this appears to have timeout written all over it. I'm looking for a play clock. Appear to be okay for now. Guadadamo looking for the sign. Appears to have it. Stacked trips here. There's the flag. This will be a free play, it looks like, into the end zone. Smart though, Brad. You got a free play. Take a shot down there.
Yeah, it's not a very nice name that they give that play. They call that the dummy play. They're trying to make somebody look like the dummy, and it worked that time. Let's don't call out the kid's name or anything.
Right.
I mean, he's being aggressive on 4th down. He's trying to get his pass rush on. He just fell for the trick.
Yeah.
And that'll give them 5 yards and a much bigger advantage to complete this series of downs to get a 1st down or maybe even a touchdown.
From 4th and 8 to 4th and 3 at the 17. Chase Doran to Q's right. Shea McNew to his left. McNew gets it.
Big play. Big play by Geneva there.
1st down, Geneva.
You got a quarterback like that with really good receivers. It takes, coaches have to have discipline. They know that it's going to be a good call to run the football just like that.
Doran. Geneva continues to play at a fast pace. And it's been both McNew and Doran who have shared the load along with Guadadamo's passing on this drive. A good answer, very good answer for Geneva to this point. Guadadamo rolling to his right, looks to keep, barreling toward the end zone, touchdown Eagles.
Had a trips formation to the wide side. Those 3 receivers were well covered, but the unknown factor, time after time, these quarterbacks, they love to call their own number or keep it in the red zone, and it's really effective because they're unaccounted for. I mean, they're supposed to stand back there and throw the ball, but when they take off running, you usually have a linebacker that was having to cover somebody else to come off and try to make that tackle.
Parker Island back on there for the extra point. Signal was never given, and there was whistles.
Officials talking to each other,
yes.
Figuring out he threw the flag, and then should be offside on the defense. Moves them closer to see if they want to go for 2. Should be a pretty simple call. I don't know what is making this more complicated than normal. It was a pre-snap penalty. Offsides on the defense, yeah.
Okay.
Kick was good, so they just didn't care about the penalty. They might get to assess it on the kickoff. They didn't make any signals.
Okay. So after all of that, Parker Island's extra point stands. And Coach Bob Rosensteel's team answers with a touchdown that cuts this to 14-7. Of course, Rosenstiel, an interesting backstory. Been here at Geneva for a couple of years. Played in the NFL, though. Former Oakland Raider. Among the teams he played for in the National Football League. Even played in the XFL, Brad. Had a cup of coffee there in the XFL before he went into law enforcement.
I think his XFL career was probably after his best abilities were kind of gone, you know, and some of those guys, they just don't want to give it up. And all of us, you know, don't want to ever have that last game, but he's here coaching now and doing a really good job with his team.
Yeah. It was in case you're wondering, and you probably put this together, it was the original XFL, the one in the early 2000s.
Yes.
Played in that league before making his way into law enforcement. Lived out in California where he met his wife as well. Onside kick taken by Christian right around the 40.
I wonder if they did that because the kicker's not at full strength. He looks like he's still not completely healthy coming off the field. The ball took a good, nice high bounce. You'll see it right here. It's just a little firm, and Wildcats are ready. You know, you have to coach that too. If the ball doesn't come to you, you got to go block somebody. Ooh, there we go.
Wildcats start this possession at their own 40. Bumble, ball's on the turf, picked up. Ry Roberts, Johnny on the spot. Big loss, but they retain possession.
Yeah, they're not happy with that loss, but that could have been really big if the Eagles would have gotten on that fumble. Looked like he got knocked out by a good tackle.
Well, we talked about Barrett Thornhill serving as a reigning state champion in pole vault as a receiver for these Wildcats. Ry Roberts, the state champion in the triple jump in TAPS Division III. So a couple of receivers who also are all, not only all state, but the best in the state in this division in their respective track and field events. That's how quarter number one comes to an end. Geneva's answered. New Braunfels Christian trying to extend the lead. 14-7 after one. We're back right here on the GVTC Thursday night kickoff from Boerne.
Are you sure you don't want to go to the movies, Abuela?
Mijo, I love you, but I prefer the classic movies. You go, have a good time. What's this?
Just come with me.
Oh, ay, mijo.
Your choice, Abuela.
GVTC, connecting you.
On the campus of Geneva, it's New Braunfels Christian who has it second down and very long from their own 30. Let's call it 2nd and 20 following what could have been potential disaster. Joseph's pass complete. Camden Pearson.
Yeah, Geneva's still playing double coverage on the receiver to the single side, so that makes the trip side a little less guarded, and I tell you, they can really run the football. When you're going to double team somebody, you're losing a defender that could help you on the run.
Camden making that one-handed catch on that previous drive. Another reception here. 3rd and 10. They got back to the original line of scrimmage. Calder nearly got all 10 of them back right here. So 4th and maybe 2, Brad, at right around their own 48.
Yeah, we haven't seen anybody punt yet. You know, these teams are both kind of going for it. Looks like this offense is going to stay on the field for a 2-yard try. Watch the quarterback running the ball here.
Geneva was successful when they went for it on 4th and short from almost this exact same point on the field.
Trying to get them to jump off sides. Got a penalty.
So there's laundry on the field, but at the same time,
You know, the official talking to the guy in the white hat is moving his fingers like he was counting people. Yeah, we got a procedure penalty on the Wildcats. So that's going to be 4th and 7 now, not 4th and 2.
well, they kind of essentially wasted a timeout there too, didn't they?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
the whole reason to call the timeout is you're preparing for 4th and 2.
They may try to talk him out of this. Yeah, he's trying to, because he said, hey, I called timeout because I knew the clock was running down. So let's see if they change that call. Doesn't look like the officials saw it the same way the coach saw it.
Well, Coach,
Looks like the kicker's back in punt formation, so we're probably going to see our first punt of the night.
Coach David Joseph making the argument. It didn't work. 4th and 7. And our first punt of the game. It's a good one. Gabe Waddell handles those duties as well. And look at that
What a
bounce.
great punt. First time Geneva hasn't had great field position,
Yeah.
so let's see what the Wildcat defense can do with that great punt.
By the way, earlier in the ball game, we saw Geneva receiver cornerback Zach Hyatt leave the field. He appears to be done for the night. He has left the field completely and made his way into the locker room. So our best to Zach, in that the injury is not too serious, but it's a Geneva ball club that is already without a star receiver in Brady Chandler. And now 2 big pieces, actually a couple of big pieces. They were without them coming into this ball game. Zach Hayek, a guy who was trying to make his way back, and now appears to be out for the rest of the ball game. On 1st and 10 from inside their 5. It's Doran.
Wildcat defense is getting stronger and stronger as this half continues. They've got them pinned down there. Maybe they're a little motivated, as we say. You know, let's see what happens here on 2nd and 8.
We'll call it 2nd and 7. Quadadamo looking middle. There's Doran, the flat. Doran's got Green in front of him. Doran's got the sideline, a move to the inside. They'll spot it at exactly midfield. A huge play for Geneva, and Chase Doran with another big play.
Yeah, we did say earlier that both offenses were able to light it up. It's not always points on the scoreboard, but they've moved the ball up and down the field really well. That was a big play for Geneva.
Coming in, Chase Doran, in terms of number of catches, their 2nd leading receiver with 33. All kinds of time for Quadadamo. Now in trouble, and he goes down. Quincy Calder, who's made several big plays offensively for the Wildcats, coming up with a big one on the other end.
He says, I'm tired of getting tackled. I'm going to show you all how much fun it is to tackle somebody else, you know. Funny how kids think that's a better way to get a collision. But he did a great job there. That's a big loss.
2nd and 15 from their own 45. Doran and McNew flanking Quadadamo. It's McNew this time, back to the original line of scrimmage.
I believe he's played that whole game at that inside linebacker position, so quite a talented young man. Like I said, my hat's off to this level of football where you play a whole lot of snaps. The toughness factors here tonight. Both teams showing some real tough players.
3rd and 10, although if a previous possession is any indication, this may be 4-down territory. Quadadamo lets it go deep. Otterholtz down there with the catch. The 15. It's a foot race. And it's a foot race that Reed Otterholtz not going to lose.
Ball was underthrown, but the person who made the biggest and best adjustment to it was the receiver. He did a great job going back and getting it, kind of making his own play happen there.
Adderholt's 8th touchdown of 2025. And now on to tie us up is Parker Islands.
Oh.
Hits the post. Score remains 14-13.
No, that's not correct. Should be 20-7. Right? Am I?
Geneva's come back to nearly even this thing up.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm the one that's confused. We switched sides during the quarter. It's like a first football game I've ever seen or something.
Yeah.
My apologies to everybody on the crew.
No. You're
Somebody
good.
get that old guy Coca-Cola or something. All right. 14-13. There we go.
Well, if
almost came back.
If it helps any, I think I stole our producer Cole Pavelio's Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
So you can have some of that if you want.
Might need it.
You're more than welcome to that.
He had to climb up here once to straighten us out. I don't think he wants to do that twice. So that Dr. Pepper's safe. Sorry, Cole, we got you.
I was hoping he wouldn't see it when he came up here and fixed our headsets a little while ago. And Cole's telling us that no, he saw it. There's no way that Dr. Pepper is escaping his line of sight.
I'm not complaining about this rooftop view. This is a great place to see
gorgeous.
A football game up here in the trees. It's nice night.
Oh, this is what it's all about. Beautiful night, nearing mid-October.
Really nice crowd. Good deal.
Hill country, watching some high school football.
Both teams playing for the onside kick now.
There it is. Good bounce, but again, the Wildcats take it. And we'll see now, Brad, how New Braunfels Christian Academy answers in what's been a seesaw affair. It was the Wildcats who came out with the 2 touchdowns. Since then, and there's a spot, if you want to wave at the camera there, Brad.
Oh, yeah, there we are. Hey, pretty good deal.
So,
thanks.
Yeah, so we're up above.
I thought they'd stay away from us this week.
We're at the 50-yard line. Beautiful line of sight.
We talked about stealing that Dr. Pepper. It's a pretty good deal, though. That was a 96-yard drive, and we didn't acknowledge that earlier.
That's true. 96 yards, 1st and 10 incomplete. They were looking for Barrett Thornhill.
Anytime you go that long without a huge – there was a big play, but for the most part, the offensive line really did a great job keeping people off the quarterback. Now we got a 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. They're going to use trips over here to see. It looks like Geneva's gone away from that man coverage scheme. Maybe they're going to do it. Oh, they're going to do it with 2 underneath cover. Yeah. So they're moving the safeties. Both safeties are here over to the trips.
They're at their own 46. The 3 receivers are to the right. Calder and that Geneva defense beginning to swarm now. Cohen Hebner, big defensive end, in on the stop. Hebner with 41 tackles coming into the night. Big play guy for this Geneva D. 3rd and 13.
You might have a 3rd and 13 play on your play sheet, but they're going to look like they're going to bring some kind of unbalanced formation and see if Geneva, they're unbalanced, see if Geneva can react to it.
Twins to our side. There's the pitch. It's a late one, but Thornhill able to corral it in. Bunch of Eagles there, though, to say hello. Big stop for Reed Wilson, the leader of this defense.
I'm not sure that pitch shouldn't have gone to the other player. I think he pitched it to the lead block. It ended up in the lead blocker's hands. That's not the way that play was designed.
Hey, Wilson was actually in on both tackles. Well, officially just the one.
Just the one.
But if we have a chance to look at that again, maybe after the punt, he initially made the contact and made Joseph give it up. And then once the pitch was out and Thornhill was trying to make something happen, it's Wilson who comes back to make the stop. Heck of a play by a young man who comes in with a team-leading 51 tackles. Senior inside linebacker on senior night here in Geneva.
Got some confusion for the Wildcats about their punt formation. You know, coaches have to be on top of every little tiny thing. If you've got somebody injured or banged up, you got to look down your play sheet and see if they're on the punt team. If he's not, then you got to get the next guy ready, because punting is very important in a game that's this close.
Well, it's been interesting, Brad, in that the momentum shift here. I think maybe Geneva a little bit surprised with the way that the Wildcats were able to attack them effectively in the early going. And it's one of those, you got the sense they looked up and said, whoa, hold on a second. We're down 14-0 here.
Yeah, I'm sure the coaches at halftime will remind them of their poor start, but they're saying, even though it's just still a one-point game, Geneva's got the momentum going in their favor. The Wildcats have got a little confusion and not a great series, so let's see what happens now with 6 minutes left in this first half.
Look at Coach David Joseph of New Braunfels Christian a little while ago. As mentioned, his first year as head coach. Both these head men in their first year in that spot, respectively, and in each case, neither one of them is brand new to the school. Both of them getting promoted already on the staff following the departure of each head coach. Waddell, punt. Another good one. Doran off the bounce. Oh, he's down.
Yeah, he went and got that.
Yeah.
He saved some yards because the coverage team was doing a great job. They were going to pin him inside the 5 again.
Yes.
So he saved some yards on that one out to the 13 or 14-yard line, yeah.
Yep, heads up.
Plenty of time for Geneva to go get another score. They're not in any kind of hurry up or needing to be a hurry up.
It's a Geneva team that started the season with a 28-21 victory against San Antonio Christian. They then beat La Pryor 59-20. Capped off a 3-game winning streak to start against Sabinal 69-26. Squadadamo trying to come around. Shea McNew.
Great play by number 7 for the Wildcats. Beat the block and maintained his outside leverage. Give me the name on that kid.
Kyle Skelton.
Kyle Skelton did a great job of beating the block and maintaining his outside leverage and made that just a short gain. Good play, Kyle.
McNew picks up maybe a yard. 2nd and 9.
Short of the first down. We're gonna need 4 yards on this 3rd and 4. Maybe, 3rd and 2. They're moving the chain around now.
Adderholt, 97 receiving yards per game.
You know, quality quarterback like that, I'm not going to second guess Wildcats defensive calls, but they're only bringing 2 or 3 on the rush and trying to cover with everybody else. They're giving a good quarterback plenty of time to throw.
On 3rd and 2, they give McNew again, first down for Geneva near the 30. The new set of downs at exactly the 29. A look at McNew. 5 touchdowns, 489 yards rushing coming in, averages 81.5 yards per contest. Screen, Adderholt looking to go to him often here over these last couple of plays. Of course, Adderholt getting that big touchdown in the previous possession.
Yeah,
Picks up a couple here, Brad.
The Wildcats had plenty of people to defend that screen. Good job beating blocks, and he really had nowhere to go. As soon as he caught it, he looked up, and he was kind of pinned in there for a short gain.
Spotted at the 31. It's a gain of 2 officially, 2nd and 8. Squadadamo with twins to his right. Look at McNew. Ball's loose. Were there whistles?
Got a flag down, too.
Yeah, that penalty that laundry there might negate
I'm not sure the officials saw the fumble.
I don't think so either.
One of them should stand up here with us. We got the better view. See what the penalty's about. Wildcat coaches aren't jumping around as much as I would if I thought we'd recovered the fumble. So let's see what this penalty is. Illegal chop block on the offense. Sometimes you get your assignments confused and one guy's blocking and another guy hits him low. That's illegal. So it's probably not anything that Geneva's trying to do dirty. A low block is still legal. You just can't do it while another guy's got him pinned up.
Coach Bob Rosensteel, 4th year overall here at Geneva. Coached the offensive line, the receivers, special teams through his first 3 years before assuming the head spot this season. Guadamo under pressure. There's Doran at the 35. 3 NBCA Wildcats there to meet him.
They've had their trouble with penalties and with incompletes and stuff, so they're using up a lot of their clock. They had 6 minutes at the start of this drive. Now they're down to 3.
Sabian Flores, 28.5 tackles coming in. He got that one there. On this play, though, it's Geneva picking up another first down. Another good bit of running for Shea McNew, the workhorse for these Eagles. Await the call.
He made that penalty call without throwing a flag, I guess because it was a dead ball foul. But it'll still be first down. A unique situation where it's going to be 1st and 25. Oh, I see the penalty now. Okay, they called it on another play. There's lots of things going on this play.
Tough to keep up.
Yeah, we got first and, no, they've moved it back. I don't think this, let's see.
So they're spotting it at their own 46.
But they're calling it first down.
And they're calling it first down, and the other marker is at the Wildcat 44, so that's 10 yards.
Yeah, I was assuming that penalty was a dead ball foul, but evidently it wasn't.
Doran this time. Sabian Flores again. Coach David Joseph of the Wildcats telling us during the week that the inside linebackers and safeties are the strength of this defense. Holding Geneva to only a yard gain there. 2nd and 9. Guadamo looking middle, going through his progression deep. Nearly caught, but a fantastic play on the other ends. That is how you play defensive back, Barrett Thornhill.
Thornhill's name's been called a bunch this first half. He's a really good football player on both sides of the ball, making a lot of things happen. Wildcats are still content to rush only 3 and giving a really good quarterback a chance to look at the whole field and see every one of his receivers.
Meanwhile, I missed the penalty because they now have it at the Wildcat 48.
Not sure, and it's still 2nd down. Something's not right. Something's not right.
Wildcats take the timeout. They have 1 remaining here in the first half. The penalty was an offsides on New Braunfels Christian.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
But it was already 2nd down. That was the confusing part. It didn't become 1st and 5.
So on that previous long pass, the potential big play by Eli Arnold and the big play by Barrett Thornhill had my attention right here at the 15. Meanwhile, the flag's over here.
Yes.
With the offsides. A credit to the fantastic Geneva staff for helping us clear that up. So they've got second and let's call it 4 maybe at the Wildcat 48. They need to get to the 44 with 2:37 remaining in the first half. Still not ready. Now we are. Twins to each side for Quidadamo. Looking left, pumps. Thought about going deep. Now he does, down to sideline, out of bounds.
Pressure got there late, even though they're bringing just 3. Good job by the Wildcats. He got the pass off, but it wasn't like he wanted to throw it with pressure by number 53 there from the defensive end spot.
Adderholt, the nearest Eagle, close to the ball. Waddell there does a little bit of everything for the Wildcats. Offensive line, linebacker. Meanwhile, McNew busting up the middle inside the 30, possibly inside the 25. They'll say exactly at the 25.
They just got to keep running the football. They've got some really glamorous weapons throwing it, but they're doing a great job on the ground as well.
McNew, the only back next to Quidadamo, who rose to his right on 1st and 10. Screen, Adderholt in the flat, I should say, out of bounds. And another nice little pickup for the Eagles offense.
Should get a 2-minute warning after this play, so you don't have to go out of bounds and you don't have to hope for an incomplete. It's a kind of a free play that is just in the rules this year, you know, that you have that 2-minute warning at the end of the half and the end of the game.
Quidadamo, Doran this time. A pack of Wildcats there to greet him.
Yeah, so with 1:55, we'll have a 2-minute warning, which is essentially a timeout for both teams.
Let's take it with them. When we come back, the final 1:55 of what's been a fun first half from right here in Boerne. Geneva down 13-14, but on the march right here on GVTC's Thursday Night Kickoff.
Are you sure you don't want to go to the movies, Abuela?
Mijo, I love you, but I prefer the classic movies. You go, have a good time. What's this?
Just come with me.
Oh, ay, mijo.
Your choice, Abuela.
GVTC, connecting you.
Are you
So Geneva has it. They have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Down 14-13, 3rd and 2 here. Threatening in Wildcat territory. Quidadamo, the quarterback, keeps inside the 15, first down for Geneva.
I don't see the flag on the field, but I do believe they made the Wildcat defense jump there, which is a clock-stopping play as well. So that's a good play to run here in the last 2 minutes. Geneva threatening to take the lead here.
Ball's at the 11, so the Eagles can actually get another first down. Quidadamo flat.
Oh, getting ready to score before he secured the ball. Pretty well executed play, but it does stop the clock. Now they have 3 timeouts remaining, if I'm reading the scoreboard correctly.
Yep.
So they could run the football and call timeout and still stop the clock.
Well, Shea McNew's done a lot of things right tonight. 8 catches, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns coming into tonight in 2025. Twins, each set stacks for Quidadamo. Going through his progression, left side, corner. Little too tall for Reed Adderholtz.
Had good coverage over there by the Wildcats. That's a well-thrown football, though, just a little high. Stops the clock with, we still got plenty. It's third down, though. Like you said, they can still make a first down, but they need to get some yards on this play to make fourth down manageable.
Owen Wells and Jack Kalig in coverage. 3rd and 10. Guadamo gonna keep, still on his feet, dives toward the end zone and gets in.
Got to watch those quarterbacks in the red zone. He's the extra player that they don't account for because of the coverage. And there's a lot of touchdowns scored by quarterbacks from the red zone position, part of the field.
Well, he covered those 10 yards in a hurry, it seemed like, Brad. It seemed like he went from barely crossing the line of scrimmage to, before you know it, he's diving into the end zone all with one step. Oh, trouble on the snap. Still on his feet, looking to make something happen.
That's the
Island
kicker.
Gets in.
That's the kicker. I don't think they practiced that a whole lot, but the kicker's going to remind them how many times, hey, can I tell you about the time I got that 2-point conversion, you know? Great job.
Well, the benefit of having your starting quarterback hold, you get this. Caleb Guadamo to Parker Island, the kicker.
Well, you know, that's the same kicker that hit the upright to miss the extra point to keep them behind one play, you know, 1 point, 13 to 14, but he made up for it now.
So either way, Parker Island's got 2 points on his last 2-point after attempt.
That's right. It averages out, doesn't it? Oh, they're going to make them do it again, perhaps?
Yeah, well, there's a penalty, and the officials talking.
Might have had players downfield on a broken field play like that. They all thought the quarterback was going to run, so they went downfield to block. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Illegal man downfield, so they're going to have to kick this again. Or try to kick it again.
Well, the funnest play that didn't count tonight. Maybe all season long for Geneva. Island.
Nice kick.
Perfect.
Yeah, after that confusion and after the big play he made catching the ball, he came in and kind of took a deep breath and got his composure and kicked that through. So we got it 20-14 with 1:22 left in this first half.
So 20 unanswered points for Geneva after New Braunfels Christian scored the first 14. And given the fact that Geneva's got all the momentum, Brad, want to ask you, if you're on that sideline right now for the Wildcats, do you do the thing where you do a first down handoff, and if it's a nice big gain, okay, then maybe you look to move. If not, then maybe you just kind of.
They've been moving the ball. They'll probably call something where they have a run pass option, but not an RPO, but a pre-snap decision, because they've got a talented running back. And if Geneva gets back there and plays the traditional prevent defense, well, why not let that running back have a shot at a big gain? So we'll see the way they line up, and I'm sure the Wildcats will look at it too. Now the coach and the referee are still discussing something about the extra point. But nothing's changed on the scoreboard.
No, you can tell Coach Bob Rosenstiel, he's still got that NFL physique. He could probably still go out there and play.
Well, you know, you said earlier that he was in law enforcement. I bet he has no problem demanding the attention of his players. You know, a former NFL player with law enforcement experience, I'd be afraid to cross him, you know.
Island kicks it deep, takes a bounce, and goes into the end zone, and there's the whistle.
I believe the referee should have blown that as soon as it went into the end. Yeah, as soon as it went in the end zone. It's a dead ball. Somebody listening to us will correct me if I'm wrong on that. But the referee stood there and watched it. Why the receiver didn't pick it up and kneel is he wasn't going to do anything with it. So
Right.
I know it's a free ball, but I'm not sure how long it stays a free ball. Free kick, they call it, you know.
At the 25 with 1:14 remaining is what the Wildcats have to work with. Brady Joseph, young man that his dad and head coach David Joseph calls the field general. Handoff, it's Calder. And that Geneva defense has done a nice job of bottling him up since that first possession.
Yeah, you asked me earlier if Geneva was going to try to play prevent or something. They looked like they played their straight defense, and the Wildcats elected to give their talented running back a chance to get a big play. But now the clock is running, so I think they're content to take a breather and figure out what they want to do in this second half. We've still got a lot of football to play. Both teams are playing well.
Cohen Hebner and Marcus Madrano there for the stop for that Eagle defense. Hebner 41 tackles coming in. Calder this time to the right. Has a lane, 30, 35, and the first good run for Calder since the opening drives of this ball game.
I believe we're going to get a holding call on this perimeter block about the 20-yard line is where the block happened. The penalty is thrown on about the 23, but I think we have a holding.
There we go. There's the whistles. They're now acknowledging the flag. It's over here at right around the 23-yard line. And I think several officials didn't know. There's the holding call. You called it, Brad.
Those are not easy blocks. And if a defender has got some savvy about him, he flails his arms around. You can see it on the, we got a hold right there, and we got a hold on two different players that could have been called on the perimeter out here.
Well, there's a reason Calder had so much space in front of him then.
Yes.
Quincy scoring his 7th and 8th touchdowns of the season on the first two possessions of this ball game. Since then, Geneva has pretty much bottled him up, but a guy like Quincy Calder going to keep on getting the ball. 61 carries coming in, 481 yards. So with tonight's production, he's over 500 for the season. They're at their own 26. They need to get to the 49. Quick Matt tells me that's 1st and 23.
Yeah, the chains moved up because of the big gain. They marked the penalty off, but now the down box and the chains have to be together. So it's 1st and should be. No, this is not correct, but because it should be 2nd down. They had a run for no gain or a short gain. This should be 2nd down. But we only got 16 seconds left in the half.
Scoreboard has 2nd and 13.
Officials having a hard time getting it all together. I don't believe they've ever marked a penalty off.
There they go.
I think the confusion, they marked it from the spot that the play finished. It should be from the spot of the foul.
It's a spot foul.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So now the flags, the down markers look correct. They're just way farther back. We got 16 seconds. This is not going to be
well, more whistles. Geneva wants a timeout. They had all 3 of their timeouts still left, so here's a chance for them to
they're electing to double cover that good receiver. And when you do that, it's not something that's in your base package on your defense. So you've got to make sure you got everything else right. You got to make sure you're covering all the receivers because you're putting 2 players on 1. So that's not an easy thing to coordinate for a defense.
Well, after starting district play with a 49-6 victory against John Paul II, Holy Cross getting Geneva 46-14 last week, and so that's how they come into this ball game. 1-1 in league play. Again, this
I haven't seen Holy Cross play yet, but they're ranked pretty far up there.
They're pretty good
in the sub varsities. The sub 5A and sub 6A division. So they it's no shame to lose a game to those guys. They're pretty good.
And yeah, Holy Cross has gotten both these teams. And what's interesting about that, Brad, is this was supposed to be a bit of a rebuilding year for Holy Cross. Last year was a year that they were loaded. Had everybody coming back from a team that went all the way to the state championship game the year before, went back to the state championship game last year, lost again, lost loads of seniors, including the star quarterback, yet there they are winning again this season. On 2nd and long to give up the middle. And I'm hearing whistles. There's a flag.
The referee should let this clock run out and then sit down and have a little conference about getting their stuff a little better together here. Two teams are playing really, really well. They deserve good officiating. Let's stop being confused, fellas.
So it's a personal foul on Geneva. You see that there's the flag coming out late.
Yeah, I guess the personal foul does stop the clock. I'll stop talking bad about those refs. They're working hard. They're working hard. They're doing the right job.
Well, you can't take the coach out of the man, Brad. You know.
I have fussed at them a bit. That's why they always stuck me up in the press box to keep me away from the refs. One of the reasons, I guess. They told me I had a great field of vision. I think they just wanted me to be quiet.
Of course, Brad Lynn, for so many years, such a huge part of the Smithson Valley football program. Rangers off to another fantastic 2025, coming off the first state championship in school history. 7 seconds to go here, handoff up the middle. And that is how the first half comes to an end. Fun first 24 minutes right here on GVTC. New Braunfels Christian Academy came out swinging. 13 points in the first part of the first quarter. Since then, 20 unanswered for Geneva. And so at the intermission, it is the boys from Boerne 20, the Wildcats 14. Halftime is next, and then we'll get you back for the second half right here on the GVTC Thursday night kickoff.
You know, everyone's lifestyle inside is all connected through Wi-Fi. Your IoT devices, your TV, the streamers, the gamers. And we in Texas, we love being out in the backyard. We love extending, I think, what we do inside to the outside. Whether it's grilling, whether it's swimming, hanging out at night, listening to music, the outdoor Wi-Fi product really extends that Wi-Fi in your lifestyle to the outdoors. We think about connecting products like your security cameras that you can get through GVTC. Talk about your smart lights, your smart speakers. It's the she shed outside, right? For all the women who love to do projects outside, just the same as a workshop. Wherever you want to connect your Wi-Fi, it really is taking the best of the indoor premium Wi-Fi and extending it outdoors into whatever lifestyle that you have.
Are you sure you don't want to go to the movies, Abuela?
Mijo, I love you, but I prefer the classic movies. You go, have a good time. What's this?
Just come with me.
Oh, my mijo.
Your choice, Abuela.
GVTC, connecting you.
Gavin, appreciate you joining us again. I'm Chris Cooley. We're here from the GVTC Foundation. And we want to talk to you about the scholarship you applied for with us, the CTE, the Career and Technical Education Scholarship. Does that ring a bell?
Yes, sir.
Where did you find out about this scholarship from? How did you hear about it?
Actually, one of my friends texted it to me just because they knew I participated in the CTEs.
Well, let me tell you, that is a very good friend, because we're here to tell you you have won the 2025 GVTC Foundation $7,500 CTE scholarship. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. How are y'all doing today?
Good.
I think.
Well, sorry to call you down to the office. This is Chris Cooley, and we're here with the GVTC Foundation. We wanted to talk to you about the Ola Armstrong Scholarship that you applied for. Does that ring a bell?
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you've applied for quite a few, right? There's a lot of scholarships out there, but we're here to tell you that you are the recipient of the 2025 $15,000 Ola Armstrong Scholarship from the GVTC Foundation. Congratulations to you.
I couldn't be more proud. Thank you so much.
Well, hello, Riley. This is Chris Cooley here from the GVTC Foundation. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Well, sorry to catch you on the road.
No, you're good.
We looks like you're in trouble here. There's a lot of people here, but we've got some questions about your application. This is regarding our GVTC Foundation Richie T. Sorrells Scholarship.
Yes, sir.
Does that ring a bell?
Yes, sir, it does.
I'm sure you filled out a lot of applications. We see you're on the road. I know you're coming back from a school trip, so we'll jump right to it and tell you congratulations. You are the recipient of the 2025 GVTC Foundation $25,000 Richie T. Sorrells Scholarship. Congratulations.
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I was not expecting this.
Well, I plan on going into graphic design at Texas State University, and hopefully afterwards being able to use that in my own career experience and hopefully start a business or work through a business, learning on that.
Well, I just want to start by saying thank you to the GVTC Foundation again for giving me this opportunity. It'll go a long way in helping pay for college by covering just a chunk of my first semester or more. I'm planning to do something with math, not quite sure yet, but perhaps actuarial science, and this will definitely help further my education in that. So thank you very much again.
So this is going to go towards my education at Texas A&M University. I plan to major in animal science and pursue a career in veterinary medicine, whether that be through working in a vet clinic or product development and research. It's been a passion of mine for many, many years, and I plan to pursue that further in the future. I want to say thank y'all so much for all that y'all do to support youth development in our community. It means so much to me and countless other youth, and it really encourages youth in our community, whether that by acknowledging their leadership, community service, and hard work. So I just want to say thank you for everything that y'all do to support youth in our community. It means so much to me and countless others.
Congratulations to all of you, to the students and to your parents as well. It's a big day for y'all, but it's also a really big day for all of us. As Richie mentioned, this is who we are. So I think for us, you know, what we can do in the community, investing in the students, to have a day like this, to be able to come and see the faces, and see, and I know the people that get to award these, they get to see the real surprises when you guys get it, which is great. I think they video that so we can see it too. But it's just a great day for all of us. And so glad y'all are here to all celebrate this together.
From Blanco to Bulverde, Boerne to New Braunfels, GVTC Local Lens is your connection to Hill Country happenings. 24 hours a day, tune into GVTC Channel 16 for local high school sports, community events, and original programming brought to you with the power of GVTC. Tune in now for a unique view of your community through the GVTC Local Lens.
You know, everyone's lifestyle inside is all connected through Wi-Fi. Your IoT devices, your TV, the streamers, the gamers. And we in Texas, we love being out in the backyard. We love extending, I think, what we do inside to the outside. Whether it's grilling, whether it's swimming, hanging out at night, listening to music, the outdoor Wi-Fi product really extends that Wi-Fi in your lifestyle to the outdoors. We think about connecting products like your security cameras that you can get through GVTC. Talk about your smart lights, your smart speakers. It's the she shed outside, right? For all the women who love to do projects outside, just the same as a workshop. Wherever you want to connect your Wi-Fi, it really is taking the best of the indoor premium Wi-Fi and extending it outdoors into whatever lifestyle that you have.
Are you sure you don't want to go to the movies, abuela?
Mijo, I love you, but I prefer the classic movies. You go, have a good time. What's this?
Just come with me.
Oh, ay, mijo.
Your choice, abuela.
GVTC, connecting you.
Gavin, appreciate you joining us again. I'm Chris Cooley. We're here from the GVTC Foundation, and we want to talk to you about the scholarship you applied for with us, the CTE, the Career and Technical Education Scholarship. Does that ring a bell?
Yes, sir.
Where did you find out about this scholarship from? How did you hear about it?
Actually, one of my friends texted it to me just because they knew I participated in the CTEs.
Well, let me tell you, that is a very good friend, because we're here to tell you you have won the 2025 GVTC Foundation $7,500 CTE scholarship. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. How are y'all doing today?
Good.
I think.
Well, sorry to call you down to the office. This is Chris Cooley, and we're here with the GVTC Foundation. We wanted to talk to you about the Ola Armstrong Scholarship that you applied for. Does that ring a bell?
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you've applied for quite a few, right? There's a lot of scholarships out there, but we're here to tell you that you are the recipient of the 2025 $15,000 Ola Armstrong Scholarship from the GVTC Foundation. Congratulations to you.
I couldn't be more proud. Thank you so much.
Well, hello, Riley. This is Chris Cooley here from the GVTC Foundation. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Well, sorry to catch you on the road.
No, you're good.
We looks like you're in trouble here. There's a lot of people here, but we've got some questions about your application. This is regarding our GVTC Foundation Richie T. Sorrells Scholarship.
Yes, sir.
Does that ring a bell?
Yes, sir, it does.
I'm sure you filled out a lot of applications. We see you're on the road. I know you're coming back from a school trip, so we'll jump right to it and tell you congratulations. You are the recipient of the 2025 GVTC Foundation $25,000 Richie T. Sorrells Scholarship. Congratulations.
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I was not expecting this.
Well, I plan on going into graphic design at Texas State University, and hopefully afterwards being able to use that in my own career experience and hopefully start a business or work through a business, learning on that.
Well, I just want to start by saying thank you to the GVTC Foundation again for giving me this opportunity. It will go a long way in helping pay for college by covering just a chunk of my first semester or more. I'm planning to do something with math, not quite sure yet, but perhaps actuarial science, and this will definitely help further my education in that. So thank you very much again.
So this is going to go towards my education at Texas A&M University. I plan to major in animal science and pursue a career in veterinary medicine, whether that be through working in a vet clinic or product development and research. It's been a passion of mine for many, many years, and I plan to pursue that further in the future. I want to say thank y'all so much for all that y'all do to support youth development in our community. It means so much to me and countless other youth, and it really encourages youth in our community, whether that by acknowledging their leadership, community service, and hard work. So I just want to say thank you for everything that y'all do to support youth in our community. It means so much to me and countless others.
Congratulations to all of you, to the students and to your parents as well. It's a big day for y'all, but it's also a really big day for all of us. As Richie mentioned, this is who we are. So I think for us, you know, what we do in the community and investing in the students, to have a day like this, to be able to come and see the faces, to see not only the people that get to award these, they get to see the real surprises when you guys get, which is great. I think they video that so we can see it too. But it's just a great day for all of us. And so glad y'all are here to all celebrate this together.
From Blanco to Bulverde, Boerne to New Braunfels, GVTC Local Lens is your connection to Hill Country happenings. 24 hours a day, tune into GVTC Channel 16 for local high school sports, community events, and original programming brought to you with the power of GVTC. Tune in now for a unique view of your community through the GVTC Local Lens.
You know, everyone's lifestyle inside is all connected through Wi-Fi. Your IoT devices, your TV, the streamers, the gamers. And we in Texas, we love being out in the backyard. We love extending, I think, what we do inside to the outside. Whether it's grilling, whether it's swimming, hanging out at night, listening to music, the outdoor Wi-Fi product really extends that Wi-Fi in your lifestyle to the outdoors. We think about connecting products like your security cameras that you can get through GVTC. Talk about your smart lights, your smart speakers. It's the she shed outside, right? For all the women who love to do projects outside, just the same as a workshop. Wherever you want to connect your Wi-Fi, it really is taking the best of the indoor premium Wi-Fi and extending it outdoors into whatever lifestyle that you have.
Are you sure you don't want to go to the movies, Abuela?
Mijo, I love you, but I prefer the classic movies. You go, have a good time. What's this?
Just come with me.
Oh, ay, mijo.
Your choice, Abuela.
GVTC, connecting you.
Gavin, appreciate you joining us again. I'm Chris Cooley. We're here from the GVTC Foundation, and we wanted to talk to you about the scholarship you applied for with us, the CTE, the Career Technical Education Scholarship. Does that ring a bell?
Yes, sir.
Where did you find out about this scholarship from? How did you hear about it?
Actually, one of my friends texted it to me just because they knew I participated in the CTEs.
Well, let me tell you, that is a very good friend, because we're here to tell you you have won the 2025 GVTC Foundation $7,500 CTE scholarship. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. How are y'all doing today?
Good.
I think.
Well, sorry to call you down to the office. This is Chris Cooley, and we're here with the GVTC Foundation. We wanted to talk to you about the Ola Armstrong Scholarship that you applied for. Does that ring a bell?
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you've applied for quite a few, right? There's a lot of scholarships out there, but we're here to tell you that you are the recipient of the 2025 $15,000 Ola Armstrong Scholarship from the GVTC Foundation. Congratulations to you.
I couldn't be more proud. Thank you so much.
Well, hello, Riley. This is Chris Cooley here from the GVTC Foundation. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Well, sorry to catch you on the road.
No, you're good.
We looks like you're in trouble here. There's a lot of people here, but we've got some questions about your application. This is regarding our GVTC Foundation Richie T. Sorrells Scholarship.
Yes, sir.
Does that ring a bell?
Yes, sir, it does.
I'm sure you filled out a lot of applications. We see you're on the road. I know you're coming back from a school trip, so we'll jump right to it and tell you congratulations. You are the recipient of the 2025 GVTC Foundation $25,000 Richie T. Sorrells Scholarship. Congratulations.
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I was not expecting this.
Well, I plan on going into graphic design at Texas State University, and hopefully afterwards being able to use that in my own career experience and hopefully start a business or work through a business, learning on that.
Well, I just want to start by saying thank you to the GVTC Foundation again for giving me this opportunity. It will go a long way in helping pay for college by covering just a chunk of my first semester or more. I'm planning to do something with math, not quite sure yet, but perhaps actuarial science, and this will definitely help further my education in that. So thank you very much again.
So this is going to go towards my education at Texas A&M University. I plan to major in animal science and pursue a career in veterinary medicine, whether that be through working in a vet clinic or product development and research. It's been a passion of mine for many, many years, and I plan to pursue that further in the future. I want to say thank you all so much for all that y'all do to support youth development in our community. It means so much to me and countless other youth, and it really encourages youth in our community, whether that by acknowledging their leadership, community service, and hard work. So I just want to say thank you for everything that y'all do to support youth in our community. It means so much to me and countless others.
Congratulations to all of you, to the students and to your parents as well. It's a big day for y'all, but it's also a really big day for all of us. As Richie mentioned, this is who we are. So I think for us, you know, what we do in the community and investing in the students, to have a day like this, to be able to come and see the faces, and see, and I know the people that get to award these, they get to see the real surprises when you guys get, which is great. I think they video that so we can see it too. But it's just a great day for all of us. And so glad y'all are here to all celebrate this together.
Well, back on the campus of Geneva High School, I hear in Boerne, Brad Lind alongside Hector Ledesma, a game that the Eagles from the Geneva School of Boerne lead 20-14. And they're going to get the ball first to start the second half. New Braunfels Christian Academy winning the toss, electing to get the ball first. Made good use of it, Brad. They scored on their first two possessions.
Great opening kickoff. 2 plays later, 7-0. Then the next series, they get a turnover and they take the ball down and score. It looks like they're in a position of dominating that first half. But then Geneva woke up, played much better defense and much better offense, and that's the only bad thrown ball by the quarterback. So been a lot of action. Anytime you say momentum defense.
Rye Roberts with that INT that Brad alluded to. And so a different kicker for the Wildcats here to start second half. It's Luke Traeger. Gabe Waddell, a lineman, had been handling those duties. On the kick return, it is Chase Doran. Spins out of one tackle, unable to avoid a swarm of Wildcats, and so 1st and 10 from their own 28-ish. We'll see where the official spot is where Geneva will start.
Big hustle play. Help me on the roster. Number 6 from the Wildcats made a really nice play on that kickoff.
That's Gage Seidel.
Yeah, he did a really nice job of beating 2 blockers. Wasn't necessarily in on the initial tackle, but made him go a certain direction to get stopped. Big play.
Chance for the Eagles to continue what's been a hot streak. They scored the last 20 in this ball game. Caleb Kodadamo going deep. Reed Adderholt falls down. Incidental contact, no flag.
Home crowd wanted that to be pass interference, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Really good play action by the quarterback and the running back. It fooled a lot of defenders and gave him some time to be out there in the wide open.
The ball's at the 29 officially, so that's where 2nd and 10 will start. Guadadamo's shotgun, as he usually is. Twins to his left, ball's on the turf. Wildcats have it.
I think he had a little trouble handling the snap. We'll see it on the replay. Yeah, he fumbled it from the beginning, so it wasn't really a good exchange between him and the running back for that handoff. Great job by the Wildcats to pounce on that, and here they are at the start of the second half with great field position.
It looked, if I saw correctly and saw 57, that's Sabian Flores who recovered the fumble. Sabian, a junior strong side linebacker who came in with 28.5 tackles. Joseph, the give, it's Calder.
Wildcats using that unbalanced formation again. They take the tight end and put him on the other side to see how Geneva's going to adjust. So Geneva needs to be smart about how they move over, because there is such a thing as putting too many people to the unbalanced side.
Quincy Calder, who just got the carry, wears number 1. He has scored both Wildcat touchdowns tonight. Picks up 3 on the first carry of the second half. Joseph, left side, Ryan Roberts, catch and a touchdown. 25 yards away, and we're tied.
Anybody wondering why I kept talking about that double coverage so much in the first half? That's pretty decent coverage, but at the time that the ball got there, the receiver, huge advantage, really got off the ground and touched the ball before the defender had a chance to be the defender. So big touchdown for the Wildcats here to start off this second half. Let's see if they can take the lead with the extra point.
The TAPS Division III state champion in the triple jump going up to get that one. And with the extra point, New Braunfels Christian takes a 21-20 lead. $18 receptions coming into this ball game for Rye, who's already enjoying himself a good game tonight. As mentioned, got the interception, had a big reception himself on the offensive end in the first half. Now the touchdown. And just like they did, Brett, like they did to begin the ball game, the Wildcats draw first blood in the third quarter.
Took advantage of a turnover. They've done that twice now. This game could be completely different without those 2 turnovers. We got a 21-20 though. The Wildcats feel like they have the momentum. You look at the scoreboard though, we still got a very close game.
They scored a minute into the first quarter. They score a minute 10 into the third quarter. Luke Traeger kicks us off. Cross the 25 and cross the 30. It's a running back. Shea McNeil on the kick return. And the Eagles will start their second possession of the third quarter at their own 32.
Yeah, they opened this second half with a good play fake and a pass deep. They need to stay with this running game. They're doing some successful things with that, and the quarterbacks had some big runs too.
Caleb Cuadamo, passing coming into tonight, averages 300 yards per game. A pump, all kinds of time. Ball's loose again.
Big play by number 53, the defensive end over there. I don't know if he stripped it out. Let's see it on the replay if we got it.
No
Flag
marker.
is waved off. Looks like the Wildcats have great field position.
Did I miss it, Brad? I never saw. There we go. I finally see a signal. I never saw a signal. Now, based on the play, what the players' actions were, it told me that New Braunfels Christian had the ball, but I never saw a signal.
Yeah, the Wildcats 57, great hustle to pick up that fumble. He could almost pick it up and go score. 53, their defensive end, though, he's a one-man playmaker on that because they're only rushing 3, and he got to the quarterback and stripped the ball.
That's Gabe Wydell, who also plays right tackle on offense. By the way, Sabian Flores has picked up both fumbles here early in the third quarter. Quincy Calder with the give. First down yardage on 1st and 10 inside the 10.
I know it's a technical thing, but I keep looking up and seeing this double coverage over here, and they need to do that. That's a talented receiver. But it puts holes in the rest of your defense, and they're able to run the football effectively because of that double coverage.
There's Waddell forcing the fumble before Sabian Flores recovered, followed by the first play from scrimmage offensively, and Quincy Calder picking up where he left off after the second drive of the first quarter here on the second drive of the third quarter. The give coming around right, it's Thornhill fighting his way into the end zone. Did he get in, though, fully?
I don't think he got the ball across. If both officials are saying that he's short. Yeah, we got to be on about the 6-inch line there, keeping him out of the touchdown. Second down, though.
Thornhill listed as a receiver, but you've seen several times he'll get the ball on a handoff out of the backfield.
He's in the backfield now.
First and goal. Quincy Calder breaking a would-be ankle tackle and gets in for his third touchdown of the night. Have we seen this before?
Seems like this first half all over again. The Geneva Eagles had a great job recovering in the second quarter, really. So they're going to have to do the same thing over again. They just got to get started. They haven't started yet. They've had 2 turnovers that have just really changed the whole complexion of a really, really close game.
Waddell back on for that extra point. Traeger had been handling kicking duties until then. But Quincy Calder, like he did on the first 2 possessions of this ball game, gets in for New Braunfels Christian. And just like they did to start the ball game, the Wildcats have 2 touchdowns before Geneva can get on the board to start a quarter. So after the Wildcats scored 14 and Geneva answered with 20 straight, it's now the Wildcats who've countered with 14 unanswered.
Yeah, and only less than 3 minutes off the clock in this second half. So this is really a big change of events for a very close game. 28-20, still a close score, but it sure feels like all the momentum is with the Wildcats right now.
There's Luke Traeger, kickoff, ball's loose. McNew picks it up, still on his feet, nearing the 30. More flags.
Face mask penalty at the end of that tackle. So we'll have a really good field position here for Geneva.
So see where they mark it after that face mask penalty.
Happened right here on the We got offside on the kicking team and a face mask. They'll probably not worry about the offside, and they'll take that 15-yard penalty that adds to the return.
So there's the face mask. We'll start marking it off now. They're going to count it from, they're going to say it happened at the 30. It's a 15-yarder, so Geneva will start with fantastic field position, as you alluded to, Brad, at their own 45.
Coming out with a different formation now, more of a power running overset here to the right. Both backs set right.
Up 6 just a couple of minutes ago. They're down by 8. Here's Doran. Chase almost losing his footing. Stays on his feet, but the Wildcat defense made sure he was back on the ground in a hurry. And by the way, Caleb Codadamo is on the sideline. Starting quarterback for Geneva. Not in the ball game right now. Shea McNew, it appears, is taking the snaps.
Yeah, number 57 lost his helmet. I thought the defense pulled his helmet off, so he got to stay on, but the referee saw it a different way.
It is McNew behind center. Keeps. Not a bad choice. Cross the 30. Inside the 20. Shea McNew run out of bounds inside the 10.
Well, they ran a reverse. It looked like a trick play, but what they really did was line up in this overset to see how the Wildcats were going to line up. I think their strategy all along was to figure out a way to get their Wildcat quarterback to have a running lane like that on that play. Nice job by the coaches for Geneva, and really great execution by the kids that are playing offense right now for Geneva.
Ball's at the 7.
Doesn't seem like the quarterback is hurt, but they're just doing something off schedule perhaps. You can hear the coaches trying to get the Geneva kids to get set and line up. Go ahead and run the play.
There's the snap. McNew again, coming right. That Wildcat D stiffens at right around the 5. The containment by Kyle Skelton there on the outside linebacker, number 7, Kyle. Here's a quick snap. McNew again met.
Yeah, they might have gone to the drawing board one too many times now. The Wildcats have seen this formation 5 plays in a row. They know how to line up, and it's a little limited because it's a Wildcat quarterback. They're pretty sure he's not going to throw a pass. I know he can, but they're pretty sure he's not.
Here comes Geneva again after Gabe Waddell was in on that stop. McNew coming right. McNew into the end zone. Geneva's down by 2 following Shea McNew's 3-yard run.
It's a nice little wrinkle. They had a little change of pace, an old school looking formation, running the tailback, a single wing kind of thing. If you'll go way back in history with me, really good job by Geneva to spark their offense, spark their whole team. Get this, now they're going for 2 to see if they can tie it up.
And Caleb Codadamo, the quarterback, back in for this 2-point conversion. Empty backfield, 5 wide. Opportunity to tie. Q lets it go. Corner.
Oh.
Chase Doran wants that one back.
Yeah, the quarterback liked to throw it a little bit lower, and the kid liked to jump about 3 inches taller. But the defense had some arms up, moving around. That's a tough play. 2-point plays aren't that easy. Yeah, just out of his hands. But we're back to a very close score. So Geneva, even though they've had 2 turnovers, They overcame that adversity and got the game back into a manageable score for them. They need to just take a breath and say, okay, now we've started the second half. You know, forget those turnovers, get the quarterback back in the game, get him some rhythm, throwing the ball, running the ball, not fumbling. He's a really good player. They're not going to have to tell him too much to get him motivated.
And the parallel with the first half continues because New Braunfels Christian scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter like they did here. And then Geneva answered following the second touchdown like they did here on one of Geneva's first 2 touchdowns of the first quarter. They missed on the point after.
Wildcats anticipating an onside kick again. They've got 9 guys within 10 yards of the ball. So we'll see what happens.
Parker Island, the kicker, number 5 for Geneva. Kicking from the usual 40. Pooch out of bounds.
Yeah, that ball needs to be kicked just a little higher so that the coverage team can get down there and at least bat it back and have a chance to recover that. That's another form of onside kick. It looks like he's trying to kick it deep, but he needs to work on that a little bit more. That's an effective weapon for them. They got to score a touchdown to get to try to do it again, though, so we'll see.
NBCA starts at its own 35. That's where they'll take the penalty. 7:02 remaining in quarter number 3. Brady Joseph, the quarterback, over the middle, slant. Little bit behind Camden Pearson.
Good pressure on the quarterback. He threw that a little bit behind an open receiver, and that's because of the pressure that he's receiving, you know, that Geneva was able to put on him there. I don't think they came with a blitz. I think they got it with their normal defensive linemen. So we got a 2nd and 10.
Pearson, 12 catches coming in. He's got a couple tonight, including a nice one-hander. Highlight-worthy play in the first half. 208 yards receiving coming in. He scored 3 times. That's Calder.
Yeah, they're using double coverage on this receiver, even into the boundary. You know, just by the nature of the less field, the linebacker is in position to be the underneath help on that coverage, but they're choosing to put a safety and a corner on him, which means 9 players have to defend the rest of the field. So the Wildcats are going to try to run it, but now they got 3rd and 7, so I believe they're going to have to throw it on this one.
Joseph with Calder to his left on 3rd and 7. First down yardage on the completion. And more for Camden Pearson.
Yeah, we're going to have a clip on that last block, so it's still going to be a first down, I believe. We'll see where that penalty gets marked off.
As it stands, the ball is at the Geneva 45.
Well, where they threw the flag, if he marks off 15 yards, that's going to be short of the first down. But it will be 3rd down again.
Well, they're at their own 45 now, which is exactly where the first down marker was. So, yes, it is a new set of downs.
Oh, I didn't see where they started marking that penalty off. It made it by the nose of the football, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Pearson, a junior, as is Barrett Thornhill and Royce Roberts on this receiving core. Rocky DeBoom's a freshman. Joseph keeps. Nice open field tackle by Eli Arnold. But not before Joseph picks up another Wildcat first down. New Braunfels Christian now where they were following that big pickup by Camden Pearson that was nullified by the clip. Quincy Calder. Ball's loose.
Oh, my goodness. 55 made the play of the night. Kept that drive going.
Cash Hinman.
That's just great awareness.
Offensive lineman jumping on it. I'm sorry, go ahead, Brad.
He's downfield blocking, getting an extra block, and he sees the ball pop out, and he's the first one there. There's faster people than him, but not on that play. He did a good job.
Cash money on that play. He's just a freshman. And because of that, the Wildcats have it at the Geneva 29. Listed as the backup right guard to Jason Luna, but a heck of a play there. Barrett Thornhill this time. Past the line of scrimmage. Tough running for Barrett. Young man who Coach David Joseph says is a college prospect, getting some interest from schools at the next level, although because he's such a prolific pole vaulter, a state champion, that is what he wants to go to school for, what he wants to compete in college.
So that football might be too dangerous for in college. He just wants to do something safe called pole vaulting, huh? Yeah, I understand. I had a child like that.
Second down at the 25. Joseph keeps over the middle. Little too far. He was
well-designed play. Well-designed play. He looked far to his right and had a receiver crossing back to the middle, just inches away from great execution.
Jack Kalig, the intended target, would have been Jack's 9th catch of the season. He's got 63 yards.
You know, when you decide your philosophy as a hurry-up offense or something like that, you've got to take into account that you're at a school where your good players are going to have to play both ways. So that really has something to do with how well you're able to, go fast.
On third down, they give it to Calder, who stopped immediately. So fourth and, well, we'll call it medium, if not long, coming up for this Wildcat offense, although they're at the Geneva 26.
It's just, it's too far for their field goal kicker, but it's way too close to punt it. So 4th and 7 seems like a long way, but you're just gonna try to do it anyway.
It would be a 43-yard field goal, but as Brad mentioned, that doesn't seem likely. The offense still on the field. So 4th down, and let's call it 7. Joseph, right, hit as he throws. First down. No. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. I
thought he went out of bounds early. Yeah. He stopped so suddenly, I thought it was a mistake.
I thought that maybe the pass wasn't caught. I didn't realize he was that close to the sideline. My mistake.
Well executed. Quarterback got hit right after he threw the ball, and he had to throw the ball a long way to the sideline. It was right on the money, though. Hit him right on the 9.
At the 15. And the Wildcats looking to break the trend from the first quarter here, in which they didn't score after their first 2 possessions. Calder breaking a would-be tackle past the line of scrimmage.
Geneva's defensive coaches seem a little frustrated. They can't get their players to move over as much as they want to that unbalanced formation. You see on the replay before the ball snap, they've got a couple of guys over here really defending just grass because there's not a receiver to this left side of the formation. Now they bring 2 over. Now they bring 3 over to the left side.
2nd down and 8.
And the running back is on this left side as well, so it's really 4 receivers.
Ball's at the 13 with Calder, as Brad mentioned, to Joseph's left. Slant! Another one-handed attempt for Pearson. This one unable to haul in, unlike in the first quarter.
We see the replay. I think he might have had a piece of his jersey. Nope, he just had an arm out in front. Are we back on? Yeah. Okay.
Well, Camden would have had a second spectacular one-handed catch. Instead, it's 3rd and 8. Over the middle, same play.
Close to being an interception. Very close. Good job by Geneva right there. Linebackers are in that throwing lane.
Well, ball's at the 7, so
4th down. They're in field goal range now, but I think they feel like they can convert this.
It would be a 24-yard field goal attempt, but the offense on the field on 4th and 7 from the 13. They converted on 3rd and 7 or 8 on the previous set of downs.
Unbalanced to the short side of the field. Timeout, yeah.
Well, Coach David, Joseph, and staff want to talk. Let's take a short break. We'll be back right after this right here on GVTC. On 4th and 7, New Braunfels Christian, their offense back on the field at the Geneva 13. The Wildcats up by 2, looking to pick up a first down that would extend a 2-point lead. Joseph, 4th down to the left. Thornhill, catch. Shy of the first down right now, fighting for yardage as a penalty marker.
We may have a face mask. We may have a face mask. Yeah, that's going to be an automatic first down on that face mask. Great hustle play by the Geneva defense. They weren't able to take him down initially. You can see it on the replay here.
Huge penalty.
So watch, they're making a tackle. Got to tackle low, so you stay away from that face mask. Oh, there it is, number 7. Got a hold of it. He wasn't trying to be, dangerous or make an illegal play. Just making the hustle play, and he just got his hand on the face mask. Huge play now for the Wildcats because that becomes first down.
Well, they go from getting off the field, their defense, to now a 1st and goal at the 6 for New Braunfels Christian. Calder, cross the 5.
Yeah, with his kind of talent and drive and the dominance he's had in the game so far, it'd be awful hard not to give him 3 more chances. I know they got other weapons. Quarterbacks like to keep the ball here in the red zone, but that kid has a nose for the end zone, and he's going to give you everything he's got. They've been really blocking for him well, too.
2nd and goal at the 4. Calder again, this time coming right.
Yeah, they lost yards on that play.
Marcus Medrano with the stop, Brad.
Yeah, really good play.
And another big 3rd down coming for New Braunfels Christian, although, dare we say, this is probably 4-down territory as well. Well, at this point, maybe
yeah, they've shown that they want to go for it on 4th down. I'm sure they'd like to make it on 3rd down so they don't have to do all that. But
3rd and goal at the 6. Joseph, plenty of time. End zone, Thornhill, touchdown.
He comes out of the backfield, and the linebackers lose him because of the play-action fake, and then he's open.
Barrett Thornhill with his 10th score, receiving of the season.
Yeah, you gotta feel bad for the Geneva defense. They did a lot of great things to keep him out of the end zone, but that face mask penalty is just very hard to overcome because it gives you that, not just so much the yards because it's half the distance to the goal, but it gives you that first down so they get 4 more tries.
Snap, hold, trouble with it.
No good.
I don't know if somebody got a piece of that maybe, or maybe it was just an odd kind of a kick.
I've only seen one 6-man game, and they do a little one-step kick because they don't have enough people to keep the kick blockers out of there. But see, he's only got a one-step. Didn't hit it right.
Yeah. Well, these are a couple of programs that not too long ago were playing 6-man football.
Yeah, so maybe he learned how to kick in that era for them. It's pretty effective for extra points if you learn how to do it. 6-man game, by the way, you get 2 points for kicking it and 1 point for running it on the extra point. Yeah. Because it is so hard to kick one. You figure one guy's snapping it, one guy's holding, one guy's kicking it, and the other team's got 6 guys to come block it. So
exactly,
they got numbers.
So it's an 8-point lead for New Braunfels Christian. Short kick, ball's loose.
No. Wildcats have it.
There we go. There's the signal.
That's number 6. I talked about him earlier. Big special teams play.
Gage Seidel again.
This is where you find out how good your defense is. To have to go back out on the field after a drive like that, and now they got it. They got to get them out of the end zone. They cannot let them take this down there. This is just a big point in the game. Even though we got a full quarter to go, Geneva's defense has to answer here.
Just 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Joseph right back out there with his offense. Calder going right. Knocked out of bounds, a pickup of 5 maybe.
Blanco to Bulverde, Boerne to New Braunfels, GVTC Local Lens is your connection to Hill Country happenings. 24 hours a day, tune into GVTC Channel 16 for local high school sports, community events, and original programming. Brought to you with the power of GVTC. Tune in now for a unique view of your community through the GVTC Local Lens. From
fourth quarter of our GVTC Thursday night kickoff. New Braunfels Christian leading Geneva School of Boerne 34-26, and it's New Braunfels Christian who has the ball. Calder, first down yardage, needed to get to the 30, and he got exactly there.
Score's still pretty close. The team in this fourth quarter, when all the players that have been playing both ways are fatigued, you can't not be fatigued, even if you're in great shape. The team that can run the ball effectively now is going to run that clock, control that clock. The team that can be effective at running the football is going to win this game. Right now, the Wildcats have the advantage on the field position, and they're running the ball effectively.
Calder, the workhorse for these Wildcats. 500-plus rushing yards this season, including tonight's outing. Joseph over the middle, Thornhill, second straight touchdown for Barrett.
Like I said, they're going to run the football. They're going to run the football and throw it for a touchdown, so that's why I coach defense. Great job, great execution. They got those linebackers locked in on stopping the run, and that's a little hole. You see it on the replay. That's the hole that they attacked, is the place where the linebackers are supposed to drop, but they were playing the run there.
This is Waddell on for the extra point. Gabe trying to make it a 15-point game. He does.
Yeah, 15 points is big. That means they'll have to go for for 2 to make it a 2-possession game. They'll have to go for 2 twice to gain that lead. So Geneva's got their work cut out for them, but they did it in the first half. You know, they came back from a 2-score game, 2-score deficit, and they did the job. So let's see what they do here on offense.
To Brad's point, it's been a game of runs. In case you're just joining us or you joined us late or after the ball game started, New Braunfels Christian scored the first 2 touchdowns to go up 14-0. Geneva answered with 20 straight points to take a 20-14 lead into the locker room. New Braunfels Christian then answered with 2 touchdowns right out of the gate in the second half. Geneva then countered to make this a 28-26 ball game, still in favor of the Wildcats. Since then, it's NBCA who's run off 13 straight points. So 41-26, here's the short kick, handled, and Geneva will start at its own 39.
It seems like it's been a long time since Geneva's been on offense. They ran that Wildcat formation down the field and scored a touchdown, but with the miscue on the kickoff return, they got the ball back to the Wildcats. It's been a long time since they've had an offensive snap.
Luke Powell on the kick return. This is a Geneva program that won a state title in 2019 as an 11-man program. McNew in the flat, 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, you keep running that play hoping that the other team kind of makes an over adjustment so that you can fake that and throw it deep. So they'll come back to that.
In hurry-up mode in the first half, down to sideline, Aderholt stays in bounds, and Reed at the 15. Huge play, much needed for Geneva.
When you see this on the replay, he did a great job of knowing where that sideline is. He had to go up and get this ball and not run out of bounds. Now look at the yards after the catch. That's a huge play, exactly what Geneva needed.
Adderholt with that good size, making good on the play down the sideline, whistles.
Not sure what that penalty was, but now it's 1st and 15. Some kind of illegal procedure.
I think it's a procedure penalty.
They're trying to go fast, but they weren't ready.
And now the Wildcats take a timeout. Second timeout they've taken in the second half, so they have 1 remaining.
Yeah, even though the penalty was on Geneva, you could see the Wildcat coaches not happy about something, some way they were lined up wrong. And so they called a timeout, decided to make sure they got that right. Everybody on the same page.
Brad mentioning how Geneva had some success running the Wildcat against the Wildcats on a previous possession. Their quarterback, Caleb Cudadamo, is back in there now, though. They're running that special package when Shea McNew was taking snaps. Q, pass, Adderholt, touchdown. Didn't take him long.
Yeah, the quarterback took a breath over here after his 2 turnovers early in the third quarter. He's okay. He's just fine right now. He put pressure on the defense by running wide. You know, looked like he could keep that ball for some gain. As soon as a linebacker or defensive end comes to get him, he dumps it to a wide open receiver. Well executed play.
Well, this is interesting. At some point they need the 2. They're going to go for it now, though.
Well, they need 2 of them to get 16 to win the game.
Well, they were down 15.
Right, so.
Right, at 41-26.
Right.
Q,
right there.
Open, 2-point conversion, good.
Yeah, so they're back on schedule now. We got a 7-point game.
It's Sam Horton. This, the 6-pointer from Quidadamo to Reed Adderholt, who's been big all season long for Geneva and has continued that tonight. And then the sophomore receiver, Sam Horton, hauling in the two-point conversion.
Yeah, we haven't called Sam Horton's name enough on defense. He's doing the little things. He's penetrating and making the guy cut back the other way. He's been in on some crucial tackles. He's been a really good defensive player, but to get the 2 points there makes this game a whole lot different.
Completely different game now. There's still 10-11 left on the clock, and it's just a 7-point game.
New Braunfels Christian still lining up to stop the onside kick.
Barrett Thornhill.
Yeah, even their deep players, look at here, their deep players are only on the 30, 25-yard line, so they're not expecting a deep kick at all.
And Rye Roberts are the furthest back to receive, but as Brad mentioned, they're not back very far.
Talented kicker, he just turned and kicked that left-footed.
Nice handle for Brooks Joseph, the nephew of head coach David Joseph and the cousin of quarterback Brady Joseph. Brooks just a freshman. Big play.
Yeah, just to catch that ball is as exciting as a return that starts at the goal line and comes out to the 46.
Well, especially in this type of situation, the nerves and the pressure.
Big field position now for the Wildcats.
Props to that young man and not letting things get to his head and just taking care of business. 1st and 10 at the 46. Calder coming toward us, turns it up across midfield.
Nice block by the wide receiver number 3 on that play. He puts his hands in the air to make sure everybody knows he's not holding, but he did a really good job.
Reed Wilson, number 58, senior leader for this Geneva defense, with the big hit to end the play. The Wildcats in no hurry.
Yeah, it's a little early to make sure you tell your running back to receivers to stay in bounds to run that clock, but it is a running clock right now, so the Wildcats are doing what they need to do to keep the ball out of Geneva's hands.
Brady Joseph, his second year as the starting quarterback for NBCA. Handoff to Calder again. And a first down for Quincy. Ball at the Geneva 43. Joseph really spending a lot of the offseason leading up to this year working out with his receiving core. Rye Roberts, Barrett Thornhill, Camden Pearson, and Rocky DeBoom, the lone freshman in a group that consists of 3 juniors. 4 wide, strips to the left. Quincy Calder to Joseph's left, now to his right. Delay of game.
Not something you want to do. I mean, the clock is running. That helps you, but you never want to give the defense the advantage of 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10. It just throws your whole rhythm off. They'll probably stick with the same play, but let's don't use up the clock.
So backing up 5 yards to the 48 in Geneva territory. Calder going left, looking to string it out. But that Geneva defense, fantastic job of pursuit. And a tough spot. They're going to say he's back at the 50.
Yeah, he actually lost 2 yards. A little bit of using the clock, but a lot of making sure we get the right play called, you know, as an offensive play caller. Let's make sure, when I say we, I'm just talking about the Wildcats. I never went to school there, but they're doing a really good job of trying to get the right play, and it cost them a minute ago on that penalty.
Shot moments ago with head coach of Geneva, Bob Rosensteel. His first year as head coach. Down to sideline, Thornhill interfered with, it would appear. 2 flags.
2 flags, yeah. It's a defensive back's nightmare. The ball's thrown a little short, and you're doing what you're supposed to do. Keep your eyes on the receiver. When he slows down, you run into him. You know, I'm not sure they don't know how to do that on purpose sometimes. Shouldn't give them a first down, though, unless they're calling that automatic first down after pass interference.
I see Joseph getting hit as he let it go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that comes with an automatic first down.
They've got it at the Geneva 35. And the way the Wildcats have been operating, a chance to take more time off the clock, almost as important as trying to get some points, though the lead is just 7. Joseph down to sideline. Incomplete.
Touchdown.
Whoa, there he go, there's the call, okay.
It's a good receiver. That was well covered except for the last 2 strides. When the ball got there, the receiver went up and got it.
Well, it looked all the way to me like Ry Roberts made the catch, but I see the official saying no.
He said no, and then he looked at the other official and said, okay, touchdown.
There we go.
The only thing you could say about Geneva right now is that didn't take very long, so they got some time.
Gabe Waddell, tough snap, still able to kick that one and boots it through.
That's more like a hockey play, beating the goalie through the 6-hole, you know.
Another look at the Ry Roberts touchdown. No doubt that's a touchdown and a completion. Tough angle there for the official, though, and then on the snap, nice job of getting that one under control by Owen Wells. Able to get it down for Waddell. And a huge answer for New Braunfels Christian.
Yeah, they turned this into a 2-score game. That extra point's pretty critical.
And so, as Brad mentioned, we'll just see if they scored maybe a tad too early. In the end, it's points, and you'll take them no matter what. But we'll see how the rest of this thing plays out. 7:25 remaining. Short kick out of bounds. Here comes the flag.
Yeah, they'll get it from that spot, plus 5 yards, I believe. So they've got good, got a player down here right at the 45-yard line.
Timeout on the field. We'll step aside as well. You're watching the GVTC Thursday night kickoff. A good one. New Braunfels Christian up 48-34 on Geneva.
You know, everyone's lifestyle inside is all connected through Wi-Fi. Your IoT devices, your TV, the streamers, the gamers. And we in Texas, we love being out in the backyard. We love extending, I think, what we do inside to the outside. Whether it's grilling, whether it's swimming, hanging out at night, listening to music, the outdoor Wi-Fi product really extends that Wi-Fi in your lifestyle to the outdoors. We think about connecting products like your security cameras that you can get through GVTC. Talk about your smart lights, your smart speakers. It's the she shed outside, right? For all the women who love to do projects outside, just the same as a workshop. Wherever you want to connect your Wi-Fi, it really is taking the best of the indoor premium Wi-Fi and extending it outdoors into whatever lifestyle that you have.
Micah Denard able to make his way off the field on his own power. Good news for the injured Wildcat. 1st and 10 for Geneva. Following the kickoff, they're at their own 39. Wildcat again, it's No, it is Quetadamo. I thought I saw 0 for a second. It's still number 1.
Yeah, they went 5 wide receivers, and as a defensive coach, the first thing, everybody wants you to look at is, let's make sure we cover all those guys. Well, you ought to make sure that you got that area between those guards covered, because a lot of people just spread it out like that to run the football with the quarterback. Successful play by Geneva.
Quetadamo, 183 yards rushing to start the night. He's got 9 there, 2nd and 1 at their own 48. Ball start.
I don't know what they're calling that on. I'm not sure I see anybody moving, but the referee's staring right at something. Maybe the snap, maybe the ball's jiggled a little bit.
There we go, some movement there.
Yeah.
On the right side. At their own 43, Quetadamo looking deep. Looking over the middle instead.
Good
Crossing
job.
route for Aderholt is incomplete.
Yeah, good job by the offensive line. That's inches away from being a good job, because 88 comes from all the way from the other side. They run clear outs by the 2 wide outs, and they have a short pass underneath in there on this side, and that could have been complete. Big play. 3rd down now.
4th season overall at Geneva for Bob Rosensteel. 3rd down. Out of the flat, it's McNew. Appears to have enough for the 1st down. It'll depend on the spot. Yep, needed the 49. He got the 50.
When you pick quarterbacks, you want to see that big throw down the field and how far they can throw it. But that's great touch with the rush coming in his face to get that 1st down.
Geneva hurrying. Doran hit hard. Quincy Carter made plenty of big plays on the offensive end. Quincy now getting a chance to deliver the hit again.
That's a big play to keep that ball complete.
It's a gain of 2, 2nd and 2 at the 48 of New Braunfels Christian. Quetadamo over the middle. Aderholt again! Another huge play for Reed Aderholt.
Yeah. Geneva's trying to go hurry, trying to use as little clock as possible. They got to get this ball in the end zone to make this game manageable for them.
5:40 and counting remaining. Q rolling to his left, incomplete. He was looking on his other side for Sam Horton. Second and 10. McNew a carry. Very busy in the first half was Shea. Geneva's had to go through the air a lot in the second half as New Braunfels Christian has come back and mounted a 2-score lead of their own. So 3rd and right around 4, nearing 5 minutes on the clock. Over the middle, Q. Touchdown Geneva. Who else? Reed Aderholt.
Yeah, that receiver's had a great night. Quarterback delivered him the ball, but he's making yards after the catch. Obviously the defense knows where he is, but he's still coming down with the football for this touchdown.
Well, Reed, a big target, also made some big catches tonight. Barker Island on to keep this a 7-point game. And so back and forth we continue.
Well, even though we knew this was possible to happen because both offenses are so explosive, it doesn't make it less exciting. This is a great football game. There have been some really good defensive plays, but right now, offenses for both teams are just up and down the field without being stopped. So the Wildcats have to like their chances now with a 7-point lead that they can get it in the end zone again, but use up all this clock.
Caleb Cordamo, 23 touchdown passes coming in. You can add several throughout tonight's ball game. 1805 in terms of passing yardage. He's over 2,000 for the season. Another impressive outing. Had a tough stretch there early in the third quarter, a couple of turnovers.
Yeah, but he's made up for that.
But has more than made up for it,
that,
absolutely, as he's come back in and has led Geneva back several times. They're down by 7, so they need to do what they haven't been able to do in the second half, and that is stop the New Braunfels Christian Academy offense. Barrett Thornhill patiently waiting for a seam to open up, didn't quite get one, so 1st and 10 at the 26 for the Wildcats. .455 remain.
All right, like we say, in the perfect world for the Wildcats, they use up this 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Geneva will have something to say about that to get the ball back for their offense. But this is a big part of the game right here. It's
Coach,
not over yet, but this is an important series for the defense and the offense.
Coach David Joseph chatting with his son. Brady Joseph fumble. Brady falls on top of it.
Something happened there. That never got back to the quarterback. Just assume that those shotgun snaps are always perfect and on target, but it's not an easy skill when you've got a nose guard over your face.
It looks like the snap hit Cash Hinman. So got his leg, got something that caused the ball to hit the ground. There we go. It hit his right arm, right forearm. 2nd and right around 14. Joseph slant, Thornhill, 1st down, a huge play for New Braunfels Christian.
That's been effective. When they tell the defense that we're going to hand the ball off to this really good running back, and then they pull the ball and hand it and throw it down to a slanting receiver, that's a very effective play. Linebackers are not in a good position on that when they got to defend a great running back and a good passer like that.
At the 42, more importantly for the Wildcats, the clock is now at 3:47 and counting. Calder coming right. Quincy grabbed by the jersey but kept his feet moving. Down at the 48, his own 48.
Nice job again by number 3. A pin block, we call that. You got to pin that defensive end to create some space outside. Talented running back, but it doesn't happen without good blocking.
Camden Pearson, the young man that Brad's pointing out with the effective blocking. Second down and 4 for a Wildcats team that's trying to salt away the time for their first win in district competition. Calder, another first down. Ball at the 47 of Geneva.
Yeah, you'd think Geneva's going to need to use some of their timeouts, but they've got to make a stop. The timeouts don't help you if you can't stop the other team from making first downs.
They've got all 3 of their timeouts remaining, and they're going to get the 2-minute timeout. The Wildcats do have to snap it before the clock hits 2 minutes. Calder, another good carry.
Yeah. There's your 2-minute warning, and that gives both teams a chance to catch their breath and figure out and finish this great football game off. No matter how it turns out, you've got to tip your hat to the athletes that play on teams where they don't have very many players on their team, and they've got to get 11 guys out there all the time. Both of these teams, you said, converted from 6-man football to 11-man football a few years ago, but it's still tough. And at the end of the game, there's some really, really good players that have played great the whole game, and they're just in a lot of fatigue right now, both offensively and defensively.
Quincy Calder averages 8 yards per carry for the season. He's pretty much near hit that mark tonight, got 6 on that carry, so
yeah,
second and 4.
He's been asked to make some big tackles playing linebacker all night too, so he's going to sleep well tonight. I guess they have school tomorrow, but he'll have to be there, in English class bright and early in the morning.
So as you mentioned, Brad, this is where those Geneva timeouts start coming into play potentially.
Yes.
They've got all 3 of them remaining, as I mentioned.
They got to make a stop, or the stopping the clock is not effective. Uh-oh.
Calder, first down yardage and a whole lot more. Quincy Calder, good night.
I don't know what that penalty was. I think it's going to be some sort of celebration by the running back as he crosses the goal line. I don't know about that. I'm not sure.
His 4th touchdown.
It's not going to be a touchdown.
No.
They're going to call it excessive celebration as he crossed the goal line. Maybe they're saying he did it from the 5-yard line. Let's see what happens.
Here we go.
You got to give a kid a chance to be excited about what he just did. I don't think that's excessive, but that's my opinion.
Well, that's not a bad opinion, Brad. Wow.
I didn't see him taunt another player.
Yeah.
I just saw him being excited about a good play.
Wow. Well, from an objective standpoint, just all things being equal, you just hope that's not the kind of call that ends up coming back to haunt a team. Again, objectively speaking.
Right.
So there's the first timeout taken by Geneva.
Yeah, the timeouts are critical now, but then they got a long way to go because the Wildcats have been able to move the ball so effectively down the field, running the football and using up that clock.
Let's talk to Michael Libby, co-pavilio, and our awesome guys in the truck. Do you mind pulling a replay of that touchdown again, specifically the end of it, and what was called excessive celebration, which nullified a touchdown?
I just see a kid excited about a good play. I don't think he taunted anybody. They got to let some of that go. But like I said, that's just my opinion.
Yeah. I think context matters too, Brad, right? That's a huge score that basically puts his team in commanding position. You're going to be excited at that point. Thornhill coming around left.
Yeah, he went out of bounds, so that clock stops.
Yeah, and the clock stops, so Geneva does not have to use a timeout. Chase Thorin in pursuit, forcing Thornhill out of bounds. So 1:32 remains. The Wildcats have it at the Geneva 19. 3rd and 7. They're up by 7. And now they want to talk.
Yeah, by going out of bounds there, that makes the clock in favor of Geneva getting the ball back.
Yeah.
So the Wildcats from New Braunfels Christian, they'll have to make a first down here. If they don't, then Geneva has a chance to go down and tie the score, or maybe even go for 2 and win it.
So what do you think, Brett? If they don't gain another yard, this is a 36-yard field goal. That's a pretty tough ask in this situation, right? So this is probably 4-down territory here if it comes to that.
I don't see the 2 field goal kickers, the 2 kickers that have been playing for the New Braunfels Christian Wildcats tonight. I just don't think they have that 40-yard, 37-yard distance in them in these conditions, So they're going to have to think about going for it on 4th down.
Across Thornhill, who else? He stays in bounds, tackled at the 10. And so Geneva called a timeout, but a first down for New Braunfels Christian.
With no timeouts left, that should be it.
And that's no timeouts. What a huge play for the Wildcats.
Big play by the Wildcats.
Well, there's been several times where the Wildcats have converted on a big 3rd down or a 4th down.
Yeah, the difference in the game obviously is the turnovers that Geneva had early in the first half and early in the second half. But the ability of the Wildcats to convert on 3rd down has been huge. I think they did it on 4th down once or twice too, if I can remember correctly. But they've they won the turnover battle. They won the kicking battle because Geneva was reluctant to kick it deep, so they kept getting good field position. They won the kicking battle when Geneva mishandled one of their own turns, and so the Wildcats were able to score back-to-back touchdowns quickly on that. So you got to tip your hat off to the Wildcats and their kicking game. They opened the game with a great return.
Head coach Bob Rosensteel and his group have 1 timeout remaining. 1st and goal at the 10. Calder. Cohen Hebner the stop, and there's Geneva's final timeout of the night.
2nd down, you can run 40 seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
You should be able to kneel this twice and be done.
New Braunfels Christian Academy in fantastic position now to earn its first district win of the season and improved to 5-2 in the process.
You said it earlier, but Geneva has not played Holy Cross yet, I believe.
Geneva did.
Geneva played them.
Yes.
And so did that game is out of the way for both of them in terms of making the playoffs. Both of these are quality teams, and both of these are playoff caliber. This has been a great game tonight, and the score is close. A couple of turnovers one way or the other, kicking game one way or the other. These are very evenly matched teams. Like you said, it's been a game of runs. One team scores twice, the other team answers. One team scores again, the other team answers.
Second down, there's the kneel, as you mentioned. Geneva can no longer stop the clock. New Braunfels Christian started the season with 4 straight wins. There's the penalty, a false start.
Oh, my goodness. Still shouldn't have an effect. I was wondering why the clock didn't start.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been sticklers for false starts on both offensive lines tonight. They've been watching very, very closely.
So New Braunfels Christian started the year with 4 wins. When they got into league play, they dropped those first 2, and so about to get back on the winning side of the ledger as Joseph takes a knee. They beat Snook to start the year, 42-6. Beat St. Anthony, 43-13 out of San Antonio. Beat San Antonio Christian, 56-16. Beat DeHennis 29-7, but then league play started. Holy Cross got them 42-7. And then Hill Country Christian got them 33-27 last week. And so 0-2 coming in. And about to improve to 1-2, and in the process, they'll drop Geneva to 1-2.
I know we're working a New Braunfels Christian and Geneva from Boerne game, but you got to take your hat off to Holy Cross to be able to beat these two teams. These are two quality football teams at this level.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it one more time: when you've got kids playing both ways in a big game like this, where a lot of points are scored, a lot of tackles have to be made, you just got to tip your hat to the quality of play. So really good game by both teams.
The New Braunfels Christian Wildcats snap a 2-game losing streak. As mentioned, get that first win in TAPS Division III, District 3. For Geneva, they fall to 4-3 on the year and fall to now 1-2 in district play. Brady kind of gave us some thoughts right now. Any final thoughts here as we wrap up the broadcast?
I think both teams will finish strong. I know this is a big game for both of them. You see Geneva had a couple of injuries to some key players, and they're going to have to find some people to fill in for them. But, the season, this is the heart of the season for teams that know that they can make the playoffs. So they've got to continue to get better, and I think both of them will. I was really impressed with both teams tonight.
A lot of fun, a lot of offense, but also a couple of good defensive plays like that interception by Ry Roberts. Athletes all over the field, good play, a lot of talent, two good football programs, as Brad said, that have realistic playoff aspirations. For Brad Lynn and all the great folks with Wick Productions, we say good night. Thank you so much for tuning in to the GVTC Thursday night kickoff from Boerne. New Braunfels Christian Academy 48, Geneva 41. We'll see you next week on GVTC. Have a great week, everybody.